Dumelang mapara le maparagadi. It is a new week and that can only mean one thing. Another episode of Mzansi Fundiz is fully locked and loaded on your screens. Kalibito ke Lekoko, your host. And I guess I one. I have a panel of Fundiz. Lufuno, Limamposa. This week, a lot has happened. Bafana squad, Amakama Pumile. VAR, is it still necessary? Raishoka. And on a somber note, the passing of Alton Mary. Gentlemen, we start this note on a very somber mood. Yeah. Alton Mary, Mamposa, he played for your team. Any memories that you have of him?
Look, and when you look at the events, the way that they happened, it was very sad in the way that he passed away. And you look at the legend that he was, because he's one of the few players that can be able to say they've won the league. We understand that winning the league at Sundowns is a norm, so there's a lot of players that have won. But you look at the experience where Elton has played. I mean, he's a well-traveled striker, a proven goal scorer. And that experience, when you hear that he was now coaching, that's somebody who has lived the coaching, the football, but was now passing forward the experience that he had.
I mean, to Mother City.
From Mother City to Sundowns. I mean, you look at that whole chain of where he's played. It's something that you can't take away that. And you can't be able to say it's an experience of a world. You've got to be quality for teams to want you the way that they wanted them. And it's very sad to have lost
And I guess we have to convey, message of condolences to the nearing family. Lufuno, on a somber note, you lost the match in FNB Stadium. What's that thing?
Somber, it's another weight.
Yeah.
Somber is another weight. Yeah.
But I very say Lelefing who explained what's that thing Saturday.
No, we know the game was not decided on the field of play. We know.
Where was it decided?
Where was it? There was no boardroom there.
No, we know. Look, we know that if you look at the event that happened there, there's a lot that we can speak about. I mean, I think for me, it's clear the second goal of Sundowns were not supposed to stand. It was an offside.
But let me stick with you. Yeah. How Kaizer Chiefs applied themselves, the start of the match. We witnessed them, having a bit of an upper hand. Was that expected?
Cox, look, technically, I think Nabi was very, very ready for that game. He knew exactly what to do to nullify Sundowns' threat. In a longest time, you have seen Sundowns playing long balls. They don't. That's no Sundowns that you know. They had to resort to play long balls to get their goals. So I mean, for me, I think I'm still waiting for the bomb squad at FNB. It never arrived. It's impossible. The bomb squad is coming. It never arrived because Nabi dealt with Sundowns all the threats. Your Morena threats. You had Duba dealing with him. Doubling up with Gross on the left hand side. On the right hand side, you had
the Pokemon.
The Pokemon. And I mean, I told you that the Sundowns defense is a suspect, and more specifically Libusa. I said if Chiefs were to score, they have to go through him, and exactly that happened.
All right, Mamposa is talking about a Sundowns that was playing long balls. Isn't this something that Mangoba has explained that?
But he doesn't watch Sundowns because he's not used to watching quality football. When you look at what Coach Mangoba has explained a lot, he said we will have more box entries. We will also use a lot of diagonal balls and being able, if you look at the balls that Morena has been getting, balls over the top, Sundowns has been using that. So it wasn't a new thing what Sundowns were doing.
Were you panicking as soon as they scored the leading goal?
Once Chiefs scored, Sundowns were more relaxed than anything else. The way that they played, they then started playing, passing the ball around, looking for the diagonal ball, and the chances that they created, because you got to remember that Matthews laid a ball back for Reynas. So Sundowns didn't panic. We understand that the hurt and every other thing, but you've got to be able to say there is nothing abnormal about the way that Sundowns scored and the way that Sundowns plays. It's how Sundowns has been playing. If you go look back at the Polokwane City, the 2 games against Stelis, the Champions League, and you look at the 2 league games, and that's how Sundowns has...
He's right. He said there's nothing abnormal on how Sundowns scored. It's not for the first time they score offside goals against Kaizer Chiefs. He's right. I give it to him. It's not abnormal.
Mamposa?
I agree with you on that.
No, Cox, we must address this elephant in the room. Lufuno wants to be an angel here. the most successful team in South Africa being Kaizer Chiefs. If we were to go to the trophy cabinet and say we're removing every single trophy that the refs have contributed to, there'll be 5 trophies left. So don't come here and tell us.
You know what I like about it?
Wait.
You know what I like about it? When we start speaking about Sundowns.
Give him a chance.
The refs have always been a problem in South African football. Refs have never been consistent. Refs have never actually been, because I can sit here and say, Rothman's Cup that they won, take the trophy out. Coca-Cola Cup that they won with Arthur Zwane playing the goalkeeper there, take that out. Telkom Cup that they won against Sundowns, I've given you 3 trophies that you need to take out of that. And that's just against Sundowns.
So
how many others?
So the refs, I can speak the same thing that he's talking about. I can throw the files. And I like when he said they've not been consistent. And for me, if you look at the last 4 or 5 games, Sundowns versus Kaizer Chiefs. I'm not even going to a Sundowns where they played Stellenbosch in the league and they won a penalty that it was never be when Zwane threw himself down. I can't talk about the MTN 8 of last season when they beat Swallows with an offside goal. So all I'm saying, the officiating in general, when you look at these 2 teams when they play, for the past 5 games, there must be a bit of poor officiating. And when something happens once, it's a mistake. But when it's happened twice, thrice, it becomes suspicious. So and that's how it is.
Let me put it this way, and I'll go back to Son of the Soil. Pizzo,
quickly.
Pizzo used to say the following things. When you play Kaizer Chiefs, buckle up. Why is it that they were calling Pizzo a crybaby? Because it was at the time that Kaizer Chiefs, every time they benefit, that's why you left terms like...
Can I ask you one question?
No, wait, Lufuno.
A minute, Lufuno.
You'll hear the following terms. Go to the police station, open a case, or Pizzo was a crybaby. Those are the terms that were used. Yeah. So what's good for the goose? We must just get VAR.
I'll give you a chance, Lufuno. Buckle up. We have to buckle up. And unfortunately, we have to take a break right now. Hofisa right now. Emotions are high. But we'll come back and still discuss a bit of Kaizer Chiefs, because Lufuno, we can see, man, he's a disgruntled fan. Stay tuned. Rajigano, second half.